Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello everyone. In my latest column for ThePrint, I write about the common prosperity campaign that has been in the news for the last few weeks. The idea of common prosperity or Gungtung Fuyu itself is not new. The idea of common prosperity goes back to the era of Mao. The reason common prosperity is in news nowadays is because of a series of actions by Chinese regulators against Chinese tech companies, where the regulators are cracking down on excessive access to data or other regulations which were required to be brought in for some time. And the Chinese regulators are justifying these actions as necessary actions to correct the mistakes that exist in the Chinese tech world. Besides the action against the tech companies, what brought attention to the Common Prosperity campaign was a decision announced on August 18 when Xi Jinping said in a speech that there will be a campaign to redistribute wealth and to create more equity within the Chinese society. And that particular speech was read all across Chinese social media. In the weeks following the pronouncement, a blogger named Li Guangman wrote an article which was widely shared by Chinese state media. In this article, Li argues that we are going through a period of profound change, and he said that we will witness profound change because of the actions which are currently underway and the changes that Xi Jinping wants to make within Chinese society. And that article was widely read. Hu Xijin, who is the editor-in-chief of Global Times newspaper and who is especially famous in India for his rants and the way he writes on Global Times, was not happy with this framing of Li Guangman, and he wrote a post on social media where he pushed back against the framing, and he said that this is incorrect and misleading. We are not witnessing the kind of changes that Li Guangman talks about. There are certain things that need to be corrected within Chinese society, including the wealth inequity, and that is something which would not bring about the kind of change which may look similar to the Cultural Revolution of the Mao era. So Hu Xijin was trying to steer clear of the controversy, but he sent the message out to his readers that we are not witnessing something which is similar to Mao's own Cultural Revolution in the 60s. And that message started a controversy. Hu Xijin's post was stopped from being shared briefly on WeChat, and that post remains up on Weibo and WeChat, and it is being read and shared now. Due to the focus on common prosperity campaign, the Chinese celebrities have also come under microscope because of their wealth and the sort of wealth they flaunt on social media and Chinese media. That has particularly come under attention, and there are currently people who are talking about addressing that kind of inequity between the celebrities and common people. And there was a video on Weibo where people criticized the wealth Annabelle Yao has. She's one of the daughters of Ren Zhengfei, who is the founder of Huawei. And that particular video highlights that the Chinese youth may be buying into this common prosperity campaign for now because it addresses certain kind of sentiment that exists within Chinese society, where certain people have been able to make money which is ridiculously large amounts, and that a particular wealth has created inequity within the society, especially within provinces, where certain provinces are extremely wealthy versus other provinces which might be not as wealthy. I personally don't believe that the Common Prosperity campaign is going to take us back to the Cultural Revolution era. Xi Jinping has a certain notion of how Chinese society should move forward, and it's a bet on a certain version of China which Xi Jinping and his party wants to create by 2049, when the second centenary goal will be due. So this focus is towards that particular goal that has been set by the party to create a society which is more equal as compared to where China is right now. China may have achieved prosperity, a general prosperity that the Communist Party talks about, but that has resulted in inequity within provinces and within cities, which the party wants to address now. So there is a certain style of policy making that the Communist Party takes on time and again. So I think this particular set of actions falls within that frame of reference, and we should not look at this campaign to be similar to Cultural Revolution, though we will also see crackdown on certain communities like LGBTQ community and other fringe communities which may not fit into the way the Communist Party thinks the Chinese society should look like. So the cultural actions are going to happen within the Common Prosperity campaign,